Hi guys. A lot of you probably think that I have forgotten about my latch hook set, my cross stitch set, my webtoon journey because I have not been uploading any of those lately. But I want you to know that I have not. I just need time to actually make videos about them. With the garden season here right now, I'm a little bit busy, and then I just came home from a 3 week long vacation, so there's so many things in the house that needs to be upkept, and I'm really struggling to find time to do all these things. So this is just a fairly realistic life of a person who works as a teacher or who works other jobs and just don't have 24-hour time to stay in YouTube and make videos. So it's just not plausible for me as a very busy person. So I hope you guys bear with me and still support me on this journey. So for this video, I want to cover about my webtoon journey. I know I've only uploaded 3 videos about it, and the last video I did, I told you that I want to acknowledge my lack of fundamental skills or my forgotten fundamental skills. So I have not focused in drawing for a long time. Ever since I start teaching elementary kids, I have been more focused on fine motor skills rather than my drawing skills. So I've genuinely forgotten the foundation of how to draw human faces appropriately, how to draw the body and all that stuff. It's still there, it's just not in a level I want it to be. So on my last video I told you I'm gonna halt making webtoon. I want to try and go back and deal with my lack of fundamental skills, and I told you I've been watching YouTube videos to kind of help me. But sad to say, watching videos on YouTube is just not enough for me. I need more structure. So I finally bit the bullet and bought some books. I mean, I still have no intention of going to school because I know that's going to be really pricey. And I think the next step that I can do to help myself, aside from the free YouTube videos, it's actually buy a book that can give me a little bit of a structure. So for the books, let me show you real quick what are the books that I got for myself. Okay, for the book, I've finally gotten this book that says Point Character Drawing Taco 1 and 2 by Lessine. It actually comes with a second volume that is super thick. And I've also bought some of this how to color manga, how to draw manga, and stuff like that. So just to give you a little bit of an overview, I am not a spender. I don't like spending too much money over myself. I mean, if it's giving to other people, I'll probably do it wholeheartedly, but I'm genuinely a stinker or a cheapskate when it comes to myself. So I told my husband, I told him that hey, if you're wondering what wedding anniversary gift you want to give me, I would love to have some books, is what I told him. And I was like, being the supportive husband that he is, remember how last time he did bought me a lot of cross stitch sets, and this time on our wedding anniversary, because that's the reason why we actually came on a 3 week long vacation to celebrate our first wedding anniversary. And he gave me this book. So he gave me this book, first wedding anniversary gift. A lot of you might think, that's not something, well, that's, for me, it is it. I've been very happy receiving books. So let's talk about this book real quick. So this is Taco 1 and 2. This is like the first volume, or the first what do I call it? But it's the first of its kind. And then this is like the volume 2. So it says Taco 2. So this is a really good book that I've heard a lot of like webtoon artists recommend as a good reference book. It really is all I can say. It is very specific, very on point, tackling every single part of the body that you want to learn about anatomy and stuff. So don't get confused though. I'm gonna show you on my video earlier. Of course, I'm not gonna reveal the content out of respect for those person, or for the person who wrote this book. So if you wanna see what's inside, I just bought this from Amazon, and they're in a fairly decent price. So aside from these two books, I'm gonna talk about Taco 1 and 2 later. I've also bought this book. I actually bought this all the way from the Philippines because we did had our vacation in the Philippines, and this is what I bought from the Philippines. It's actually a mixed language, so some of you might probably struggle understanding it, but for me it works. So this is a series as well, like how to color manga, because I really need to improve my coloring skills as well. How to draw manga, kind of supplement the taco books. And this is a pencil shading birds that I got from my husband because I think he would love that. And then how to design a character, um, how to write manga as well. So the other one was how to draw manga, and this one is how to write manga. So I think these are the books that will really help me supplement what I am trying over here. On the next video, you will show a progress of me starting to learn the taco book, and I want you to stay with me until the video ends because there are some important points that I want you to know. On my experience in using the taco book, you might get confused because it's a little bit confusing. So please stay and watch as I work with this. I'm just gonna drop the picture of the taco books in case you need it. So again, this is taco 1, taco 2, both of them are in volume 1, and then we have the taco 2 again, which is on volume 2. And then these are the how to draw mangas that I bought from the Philippines if you're curious on how it looks like. So this video I put it on time lapse, but I did make it to a point that I have at least 30 minutes of practicing every day. Since it's summer vacation, I have more flexible time to actually practice my skills. So I purposely covered the pages in the taco book because, again, out of respect for the person who wrote it, I'm just copying all the illustration on it for like a simple practice guide, so nothing serious. And I am purposely not going to reveal the contents or the words written on the book because, again, this will be out of respect for the person who actually wrote the book. So if you have noticed earlier in the picture, I told you that Taco Volume 1 has part 1 and part 2. So initially I thought that the part 1 or the Taco 1 would be the first book that I would want to start with. I could not be any wrong. So halfway in this video, you will notice me actually shifting to a second book, the taco book, because then I realized that I should be starting on the second book. Taco 2 talks about the head, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. And I always want to start with the head, the nose, the mouth, everything about the facial features first before I deal with the body. So if you will buy the same book I do, the taco book, I really recommend that you start with the taco 2 rather than the taco 1, because the taco 1 is more of like super intense content on the body parts. But again, if you're the person who's like me who prefer to start with the head, you would want to do the taco 2 first. It's gonna be a little bit confusing because you're like starting in the middle of the book rather than the beginning of the book, but I guess it's just how it is, and I felt like you start wherever you feel the most comfortable as a person. So again, this is just me trying to gauge and to practice whatever was in the book. I believe in learning by doing. That's why I'm trying to copy as much illustration in the book as I can. It's not going to be on point. There's so many points in the book that you would really want to read. So I really recommend buying it because I'm not revealing any of that here out of respect for the author. I could not emphasize that enough. So aside from doing the taco books, I've also did some other things. I know that in my previous webtoon video I told you that I'm also doing like a 100 character challenge that will help me like draw different kinds of features of faces and stuff. So mind you, on this 100 character challenge that I've been doing, I'm only focusing on the face all the way up to the shoulder, may it be man and woman. On the last video I told you I realized I suck at men, so I'm trying to focus on that a little bit more than I do women. But again, you can just do so much before you get confused with everything. So I decided to use my big sketchbook for the learning part on the taco book. It's probably going to be a long while because it's volume 1 and 2, not to mention the how to write manga and how to whatever. So it's going to be a long process, and this is the end of my page 1 once I'm done learning that part. And this is like the first picture of my 100-day picture. So first picture, second picture, until I realize I'm wasting too much space in my sketchbook. So I try to squish as much as I can. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 5 pictures in one pages. 13, 14, 15 on this page. I forgot to tell you that I've been using a ballpoint pen. I'm really not a fan of pencil. I like drawing using ball pen. That's why you can still see the guidelines and all, because they're not erasable. But I guess let's just do whatever works for us as an artist. So these are some of the drawings that I did on my 100 picture or face challenge drawing, and I did end up in 41, so I still have halfway to go. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Bye.